Good morning. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we are broadcasting under cloudy skies. Got some rain this morning. Woke us up about 4:30. It was really pouring down here in Arizona, that's for sure. And we'll take that rain because we really need it. At any rate, we've got a couple stories here we'd like to share with you. Before we move on to it, please remember to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. And 97% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribers. And I'd appreciate it if you just take a moment and subscribe. Without ado, let's go ahead and move to the first one. 17 million gallons of sewer discharged into the ocean after power outage in California. That's just crazy. 17 million gallons of untreated sewage was discharged into the Santa Monica Bay on Sunday after a power outage. Officials said Monday night the sewage has forced beaches across Southern California to close the public this week. Los Angeles County's largest and oldest sewage plant, Hyperion Water Reclamation, said Monday that it became inundated with overwhelming quantities of debris, causing backup of the headworks facilities. The spill into Santa Monica Bay lasted for 8 hours, where 6% of the plant's daily load was released, the plant said. Plant officials said the massive discharge was an emergency measure to prevent the plant from going completely offline and discharging much more raw sewage. I wonder if this has got anything to do with Gavin Newsom, huh? Trying to get the public eye off from him. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health issued closures on Monday for El Segundo Beach, Grand Avenue Storm Drain, Doc Weller State Beach at Waterway Extension, and Doc Weller State Beach at Hyperion Plant. Beaches will be reopened after water quality tests show the affected area do not have elevated levels of bacteria. Until then, the department urged residents to avoid contact with ocean water in the affected areas. Plant officials said in the statement that the issue was resolved early Monday morning, but Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn said she is still looking for answers. What happened yesterday was unacceptable and dangerous. Not only did the Hyperion plant release 17 million gallons of sewage into our ocean, the public had little to no information about it for hours, Hahn told CBS News in a statement. We need answers from LA City Sanitation about what went wrong and led to this massive spill, but we also need to recognize that LA County Public Health did not effectively communicate with the public and could have put swimmers in dangers. Anybody who would swim in the Pacific Ocean would have to be nuts anyway. Couldn't pay me enough to get in there with those white sharks. Hyperion Water Reclamation's director, CBS News, to the Department of Public Works at LA Station, when reached for comment, a spokesperson for the LA Sanitation told CBS News that the department notified the state's Office of Emergency Services within an hour of the plant's discharge. The spokesperson described the incident as very unusual occurrence. They actually diverted a much larger emergency, which is, if the plant had to go offline altogether, she said, it would have been a real crisis. Laura Dehan, state director of the nonprofit organization Environment California, told CBS News that the spill should never have happened. She called for the passage of clean water infrastructure bill that is currently moving through Congress in order to ensure our ability to live in the California dream. And there it is. They want to pass a Clean Water Act, so they got to make the water dirty. Oh, man. Okay. Our ability to live the California dream without worry of fecal matter making us sick or contaminating our surfboard or our kids' floating device. The last major sewage spill in LA County occurred in 2015 when 30 million gallons of waste from a city sewage was released into Santa Monica Bay by the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, according to a nonprofit organization, Heal the Bay. The spill resulted in a $2.26 million settlement. These people just make me sick. All right. Court rules handgun ban for adults under 21 unconstitutional. A 3-judge panel for the U.S. Appeals Court for the Fourth Circuit on Tuesday ruled that the federal handgun ban against adults under 21 is unconstitutional. The majority opinion by Judge Julius Richardson, a Trump appointee, referred to our founding fathers for guidance on the meaning of an armed militia. Amen. We first find that 18-year-olds possess Second Amendment rights, Judge Julius Richardson wrote. They enjoy almost every other constitutional right, and they were required at the time of the founding to serve in the militia and furnish their own weapons. Our nation's most cherished constitutional rights vest no later than 18. And the Second Amendment's right to keep and bear arms is no different, Judge Richardson added. Today's ruling applies to 5 states of the Fourth Circuit: Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. A federal appeals court ruled Tuesday that the federal law banning handgun sales by licensed dealers to anyone under 21 is unconstitutional. A panel of the Fourth U.S. Circuit Courts of Appeals based in Richmond, Virginia, voted 2-1 to declare the law invalid. The ruling, which is sure to be appealed, was a victory for a Virginia woman, Natalia Marshall. She wanted to buy a handgun to protect herself from her abusive ex-boyfriend and to defend herself in remote, rural areas where she works with horses. When she was turned down by a licensed firearms dealer because she was 18, she sued to challenge the law. In dissent, Judge James A. Wynn Jr. said the ruling invalidated a modest and long-established effort to control gun violence. The majority's decision to grant gun lobby a victory in a fight it lost on Capitol Hill more than 50 years ago is not compelled by law, nor is it consistent with the proper role of the federal judiciary in our democratic system. Hey, Dumbo, we're not a democratic system. We're a republic. The federal government can appeal the decision to the full appeals court to go directly to the Supreme Court, which already has one high-profile gun rights case on the docket for the coming term. Challenge to laws that restrict carrying guns in public. Oh my word. These people. What next? They want to make it where unless you're 50, you can't buy a gun? Can't ever even been pulled over by a traffic ticket? Hey, what the heck? Constitution, what's that? We don't need it. It's old and outdated, they're trying to say. Yeah, right. At any rate, this is Don V with Truth Be Told. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we are out of here.